Okay guys, hey, this is Dr. Sean of the Natural BodyWorks, and today we're going to go over a condition that many people get, and we did receive it as a request, and we're going to use the pen here for Bell's palsy. So what is Bell's palsy, or facial nerve palsy, or facial nerve paralysis? It is, many times, it is a secondary to either a viral infection, which can be like a herpes, or what's it called, shingles injury on the face. It can follow a nerve, which is one of the facial nerves, is a cranial nerve actually. So you have cranial nerves and you have peripheral nerves, and then you have central nervous system, right? So branching off the brain, right on the bottom of the skull, okay, on the bottom of the skull here, there's a bunch of these little holes. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully you can. But there's a bunch of these little holes in here, and each one of them has a nerve that goes through, or something that goes through them. They're not foramen, something goes through them. There's 12 pairs in the head. They're called cranial nerves. They branch off the brain, and they start at the nose and they work their way back. And the facial nerve, okay, there's another one called the trigeminal, which is right in through here. That's the fifth. And then the facial nerve comes out through an area, a little foramen called I think it's between the mastoid process, which is a little bump right back here, and a styloid process, which is this little ding-ding right here, right there. You can see that. So between these two, that nerve branches out like this around here and underneath, and then comes out and serves the eye, the cheek, and the mouth. Okay, this is the nerve that they're sedating when they give you that shot of Novocaine at the dentist. They're getting that whole thing. That's what the whole face feels like you're doing like this, right? And that's the same thing that happens with Bell's palsy. Now, why is it called Bell's palsy? Well, because it's named after the doctor who kind of discovered it, and we're not going to get into that, but we're going to get into some of the causes. Now, one thing that actually can cause it is immunization. It's pretty typical, and it's generally considered self-limiting, which means it goes away all by itself, but we can help it. Now, it can be painful. You can like have a lot of tearing. This goes this way, and every time you try to smile, your eye goes up, and all kinds of weird things happen there. Here we'll get a droop. Depends on which side it's on. It's unilateral, one side usually. Okay, we usually don't see both sides. Now it has to be. You have to rule out some other worse things, man. It could be a stroke. It could be some other kind of palsy that we don't want to have. It could be Guillain-Barré, which we really don't want to have, and that's also something that you can get from taking a vaccine, and that's one of the side effects. Now, they keep trying to downplay it and say it's no big deal, it's not going to cause you much problem. Well, relatively to death, I suppose that's true, but Bell's palsy can be somewhat permanent. Now, you'll always have a little bit of a droop or something like that. Some people it goes away within a year, some people it goes away in a couple months, okay? So, what do we do with this kind of thing, okay? Now, when we're using this, what are the other symptoms of this Bell's palsy? It's facial paralysis, a palsy paralysis, right? And what happens is they'll get pain behind the ear on that same side. Okay, there's some acupuncture points right back here. We're not going to go over which ones they are, but we're going to actually hit them with our handy-dandy little pen. Now, these are the ones you can use on your head. I don't like using them on my head all the time because they do kind of hurt sometimes, but we're going to turn it up to 1. And we're going to go right here. So right behind the ear, remember we have our 1 inch. This is 1 inch for me. That is also your 1 inch is your 1 inch there. We're going to go 1 inch behind the ear. Bink, right there. Straight across from the hole, right in there, you're actually going to find a nerve. As you start working your way around, I can hear it inside my head. Tick, 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 tick. Is it causing any problem? No. What we're doing is we're hearing the tap, 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 tap. It's catching on the auditory nerve. And I feel a little bit of it through here. This is okay. As we come down, we hear it more, and I can feel it through this area, right underneath the mastoid, and we can follow along this muscle. We might be able to see it twitch. I doubt it. We always keep. There we go. I can feel it twitch right in through here, and then we come up. Ooh. Now here, I feel it all the way behind the ear, and we're actually following the part of the facial nerve. As we dig deeper, we feel it in the back of the head, and we feel it in the front. We're going to work our way around. And this one we don't really have to do. Okay, as we get to right there, look at this. Watch. Can you see that? That's my eye twitching. I'm catching part of the facial nerve. That's a part that's going to droop. Okay, I'm going to turn it up so you can see. There you go, right there. This is the part that's going to droop. Okay, we're catching part of that facial nerve. It's going right up into my eye. Okay, not causing me any eye problems, but I can see a little bit here too. I feel a little bit there. I'm not feeling it down through here as we catch the other part of the nerve. We have to go deeper for that one, and I catch through here. This is where it bounces out right in front of that muscle. Okay, the mastoid muscle right through here. As we catch it, it goes through this section. I can feel it in my nose. You hear there? There we go. And I have this set at, what is it set at? Can you see? 3. If you get it too far close, or you get it too far into these, you're going to catch the nerves that go from your teeth, and those hurt. So don't do that. If you have fillings, it'll even conduct even more. Remember, if you're getting pinched, when you're holding this thing, hold it tighter. You need to be a little bit more, what is that? I had it at 3. You have to have it well connected. Okay, you might want to use the gel on this one, but we can go through this whole section. I still feel the twitching up there. That is totally impermanent. It's not permanent. So as we work our way through, we can work across the top. There we go. Oh man, I'm not gonna feel it all the way through here. We're still catching the facial nerve. So we're working on that. And one of the things that you can do, they use ferratic or electrical therapy. That's what this is, electrical therapy. You can use it on people who've had strokes as well. We want to work on the same kind of areas because it does affect the facial nerve. It can affect other parts too, and we have to be careful with those. We don't want to go too deep. Like I said, you don't want to get too close to the eye. I still feel it. Rub it out after you're done. I've done this many times before. It's a residual kind of thing. The muscle's like, what the hell are you doing? If you've put it up here, it hurts. Anything on the middle of the face usually is painful, so don't do that. You can see my other video on where not to put this pen and also where to put it on your face and using it on your head. So this is where we can use it on our head for the Bell's palsy. You get back in through here all the way around the underside of the ear. You can go above the ear and you'll feel it up and through here. That's also good for maybe sometimes tension headaches, but really good just a loop right around here, maybe down that sternocleidomastoid. We're not going to worry about the points, what they're named and stuff, but there's a lot of stomach points in this area, and oh gosh, what is those? There's stomach and there's gallbladder and bladder and stuff like that, and a bunch of things that crisscross all over the head. So, but there's tons of points in there. We're going to be doing this for actually not the points specifically, but for the stuff that we need. Now, Bell's palsy is temporary. You'll get over it, even if you have it pretty bad. It does take time. I think getting acupuncture is very good. Getting chiropractic adjustments is very good because as long as we're getting these things to move and we're loosening this area here, that's where that nerve comes out from the brain. And if all those muscles in there are too tense, that can be one of the causative factors of it, or at least an exacerbating, we call it. Exacerbation means it got worse, made it worse, and made it more difficult, okay? So, points review. Right, we get in through here, we're going to go, here's the EAM, the external auditory meatus. This is called the mastoid process, okay? And it attaches to the sternocleidomastoid. In through here, we see there's a little tiny bump right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there is a thing called the styloid. And it attaches to muscles that go down into the throat. So you may even feel it down the throat when you get working in there, okay? It doesn't usually cause slurring of speech. But because this is low, and this is now weak, you may get this kind of feeling, the drools and stuff like that. So that's what we want to watch out for. If you get your vaccinations, whatever they may be, even if it's for the COVID thing or whatever, you could end up with this. Now, it's not bad. You'll get over it, most likely. Some people have residuals for the rest of their lives. Of course, they say, well, that's better than being dead. I guess it is. It makes sense. We do want to watch out for things like Guillain-Barré, where your system has been tricked to thinking that your nerves are now bad guys and it goes after them. This is one of the things we worry about with when it's an mRNA vaccine, which has never really been done before. So it's kind of a little too novel, and who wants to be all the big guinea pigs in this thing anyway? So, but anyway, if somebody has Bell's palsy, it doesn't matter which side, do the same thing on either side. It does help. Take your vitamins, which is going to be, don't forget to subscribe right now too, and hit the like button so you can see more of these, and then look at the other videos. Go to the playlist, look up the acupuncture pen or whatever I have it, I think it is that. And if you want one of these, I usually put a link in the down in the bottom, and that link will send you to either Amazon, where you can get one and I get a couple cents, or you send it to me and you can order directly off my website for 25 bucks, and anywhere in the United States I will send you one post haste and as fast as I can with a personal note from me. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't forget to use your pen, and if you're not using it for a while, take the batteries out. You don't have to, but you can. I try to take them out because it tends to, the batteries go bad in it. So again, another one here with Scully. Hope you guys have a great one and take good care, and we'll see you on the flip side.